Good morning, Aztecs, and happy holidays. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful break. I have a quick video for you guys today to show you guys like how do I actually use mates in practice. Some of you already completed day 3, and nice job, your Lego builds look amazing. But for those of you who are maybe getting started, I have a quick walkthrough of like what does actually using mates look like in practice. To get started, we're going to be putting together a shooter prototype or part of it. Here's an assembly to test a shooter prototype of a mentor bot from several years ago created by Ash from VRP. And so to brush up on our assembly skills and mate skills, I'm going to go over how I would start making this with you guys. So we're going to start in a brand new document. And the first things first when working in assembly is inserting some parts. So if I click insert here, you can see in a part studio we have all the parts. I'm going to start with 2 copies of part 1. Here's the first part. And I'm going to add one more like that. And I'm going to press check mark to confirm. I want one of these to be fixed as like the base of my assembly. So I'm going to right click and click fix. And this other part is going to be sliding around freely. Now, what's important to me for my assembly is that I want these plates to be 5.5 inches apart from each other. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by adding a planar mate, and I'll show you why in a second. So planar mate is up here, and the way to select mate connectors is by hovering over the face. You can see how hovering over different edges highlights all sorts of geometry, but the center for me is fine since I just care about that plane. I'm going to click on this other one here, and now if you look, these mates are now planar to each other. It's clearest from the top, but these mates now are on the same plane, but I don't want that. I want them to be 5.5 inches apart. So there's a tool here called offset. If I click on that, I'm going to set an offset of 5.5 inches away from each other. And now you can see where I added this mate connector here to this mate connector here, there's now a distance of 5.5 inches. But it's not exactly what I want, because what I want is a distance from the inside of this plane, and then I need this guy, this part, to be over here, and I want the distance to be from this edge, from interface to interface. So I want to show you guys some sort of troubleshooting tips and just things in general. There's this flip primary axis, which will basically flip the direction that the mate is made. And you can see how that part moved around there, but that's not exactly what I wanted, because what I wanted was interface to interface. So what I'm actually going to have to do is change this distance to -5.5. And now you can see it's closer, but it's still inner to outer. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this. And now it's exactly what I want. I have 5.5 inches between these two. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some standoffs. So I want to show you guys what that looks like real quick. I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to copy and paste that. And then another way to do that is when you're adding it, you can just click on it 3 times, as we've already seen, and that works too. Now, one of the questions you might run into is what type of mate do I want to use? Because what I want to end up doing is I want to mate this face, this circle, to this inner circle, this edge to this edge. So what I want to use are, there's looking at the mates that we have and the type of rotation that we want. There's 2 good options, and that would be either a revolute mate or a fasten mate. So a fasten mate allows for no degrees of motion between 2 mate connectors, and a revolute keeps the position the same but allows rotation. Let me show you what I mean. If I click on this edge here and then this edge here, you can see if I confirm this, by clicking check mark, this will now be able to spin freely. But that's not really what I want, because I like to think about, like, when I think about what type of mate I want to use, I want to think about, like, how is it actually going to move if I assemble this? If I add a washer and a bolt in here and I bolt this down, this won't be spinning freely. I won't want it to be spinning freely. So I'm going to just go ahead and change it to a fasten mate. So that's the mate I'm going to use. And so to do that, when we hover over the edge here, you can see, like with the plate, different parts align. What I care about basically is this point, right? Because it's basically setting 2 points and limiting the motion between them. So clicking on this edge, I add a mate connector here. And then I'm going to click on this edge here. We're not going to do the center, we're going to do here on this edge. And I'm going to click on that. And that's going to confirm it. And so instead of clicking checkmark and making a new mate and checkmark and making a new mate, there's this other checkmark back here. And clicking on this basically keeps me in the making fasten mate. So I'm going to go ahead and add another one from the inside of this face to right here on this edge. I'm going to press confirm, and then I want to show you guys a common mistake which you might make. So I'm going to click on this edge here to start the first one. And watch what happens if maybe I click on the wrong place. Let's say I click here accidentally instead of on the edge. So that is now not in the place where we want it to be, but it's okay because you can move things, you can change things around. If you look to see, I added that mate connector onto part 1. So what I can do is I can just click this little X here and add another one right here. So now we're in good shape. I'm going to press check mark and we're going to confirm that. And now, if you can see, we have this part which is fixed, right? Think about this as our ground, right? We're building away from this. This part which is fixed. We have this which is now fastened to this. This standoff is now fastened to this plate. This standoff is now fastened to this plate. And then we have a planar mate which basically defines that this plate must be exactly 5.5 inches away from this plate. But I want to further constrain it using the standoffs that we've just added. So what I want to show you guys is, whoa, that can get a little confusing. If you ever get lost, you can press Control Z and then come back to your main view to reorient yourself. Now what I want to show you guys is what would happen if I were to assemble this, right? If I were to assemble this, I have this plate, these standoffs, I would probably add a bolt here. And I want to show you what that would look like. So I'm going to add a revolute mate from this standoff, which is going to be fixed in place, to this plate over here. Zoom in, click on the edge, and I'm going to press, if you guys see here, look how it looks all wonky. There's a button which you can see what would it look like after I confirm this, and that button's the solve button. So I'm going to go ahead and click solve, and you can see it all snaps into place now. If you see now, you can see this plate is 5.5 inches apart, but it still rotates freely. That's because this is a revolute mate and not a fasten mate. And that's what I want. I typically tend to avoid fasten mates as much as I can and use revolute mates because that's how this would be like if you assembled it. If you add in a bolt, this plate is probably going to be able to spin freely, whereas it doesn't really matter as much with the standoffs. So I'm going to press confirm, and I'm going to add another revolute mate from this edge to this edge here. And I'm going to press check mark, and I don't need to add any more revolute mates, so I'm going to press this check mark, and that gets me out of the menu. Okay, we're almost there. Thank you guys for your patience. I want to show you guys one more thing, and that's the replicate tool, and I'm going to do that by adding in a bearing. So you guys should have, it used to be called MKCAD. It's now called FRC Design. Landon has some good instructions on how to get that added. But if you go ahead and click on here, this is what that's going to look like. And you can see we have lots of different categories. This is basically a lot of FRC hardware. But what I'm interested right now is in bearings because I want to pop bearings into these guys. So if you go ahead and click on bearings and bushings, I'm going to do a flange radial bearing. I want it to be a regular one, just generic. You can have specific vendors, but it doesn't really matter. And I want it to be 1/2 inch. Rounded hex is like thunder hex. They also have regular hex bore, which aren't as great to use, but rounded hex, because we usually use thunder hex shafts. I'm going to click insert. And now I'm going to close this menu by clicking here. Now, if you look, if I'm way over here, I'm like, where's the part I inserted? If you go, this is the instance tab, the instance menu, and you can see here, here's my bearing. So if you're ever like, I'm not sure where my part I inserted is, you can click on here in the side and use either these arrows to move it around or click and drag it around like so. All right, now I have it where I want it. Now let's think about, I want to make it basically this edge of the flange, I want it to be on this plate. So let's think about how you would make that. I could do a revolute mate, but I'm going to go ahead and do a fasten mate because I don't really care about this bearing's rotation relative to itself, if that makes sense. I just care that it's in the right place. So I'm going to add a fasten mate. And think about how we're going to do this. I want it to be this part of the lip. And you can see here, as I hover over that lip, either on this face or on the edge, a mate connector gets added here. And that's what we want. So you can either click on the face. I'm going to click on the face here. And then I'm going to go over to my plate and click on this edge. And now when I click on this edge, you can see we have sort of unintended behavior. This bearing isn't really where I want it to be. You can see that face is on the edge of the plate, but the part is just facing the wrong way around. So what I'm going to have to do is flip the primary axis either through here or through this arrow here. I'm going to go ahead and do it through this menu, and now you can see this is in the right place. And I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. Now that's one way to do it. And that works totally well. But I'm going to undo what I did real quick, because I can either, if I go to add the fasten mate, I can either click on that face, but you'll notice that there's already a mate connector here, and that gets automatically added in from FRC Design or MKCAD, because it's useful, and so it's already in the right place. So I can just go ahead and click on this, and then now I'm going to click on this outer edge here, and you can see, bam, it already works. I didn't have to click on that face. It's all good to go. The last thing I want to show you guys is replicate. So replicate is really useful because let's say you have a really common part like a bearing and you need to get it on all sorts of different places. Or in your case with Legos, you might want to replicate a mate multiple times with Legos. So I'll show you what that tool looks like. So replicate, you can click on an instance or a part, in this case the bearing, and it'll automatically detect a mate that you want to reproduce. In this case, it correctly detects that we want to use the fasten mate. And now there's multiple things you can, if you look here, there's multiple different options. You can do match edges on face, but the one we want to do right now for this demonstration is match individual edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on this menu. And the other edge I want to replicate this mate on is this outer edge here. So if I click once, you'll see the bearing gets automatically added in. It's really cool. And then you can press check mark to confirm it. Now with the other options, there's like if I want to do this again, there's match edges on face, match edges on plane. Match edges on face basically means if I click on one face, any hole with any edge with the same diameter, like if I had 3 other 1.125 inch holes here, bearings would get added to that. But that's typically not good practice in robot assemblies because oftentimes you'll have multiple holes of the same diameter and you don't want bearings or bolts or whatever to end up in places where you don't want them really to end up. So that's why we typically prefer match individual edges, because it'll only go where you want it to go. Yeah, all right, so those are the first steps in putting this thing together. You learned about fasten mates, how to repeat those, quickly replicate mates. I hope this was helpful for you guys as you prepare for your Lego activity. Thanks.